Pisces, what's happening? We had a fun talk last week, didn't we? There's been a lot more in the collective since then, so we might have some changing energies. So let's see what the summer has to bring you now. I've had all kinds of readings about the summer for people. I've been trying to focus on different possibilities for different groups in each sign so that I'm not just focused on the people who need the message the most. This is about, summer, whether it's happy, sad, whatever the case may be. I've had a couple signs that were so sad that I almost just couldn't bear the reading. I've had a couple that were just so lighthearted that I just didn't see any point in going to Vimeo with the story of the person, because it didn't even make any sense to do it unless they want to let me know and they wanted it, because I could always do it. Let's see what the energies are going to say about your summer, Pisces. You already know all my announcements, and they're basically the same as anyone else's. I care about being non-binary, and I care about if I accidentally say he, I didn't really mean it, and I can't read for everybody at a certain sign, and please like and subscribe, though. I really appreciate your support. If it turns out that I'm not your favorite reader in the world and you want to unsubscribe later, that's all good, but I'm new and I could really use the support. So give me some time. I'm hoping like in 6 months I'll be so good at this that giving a day of my time to you guys for free won't be a big deal, especially if I can get a little money offset through Vimeo, so that when I take time off to make ends meet, so I can do it all. But it'll take me a while to see if that's something that's going to work out. In the meantime, I'm just doing free videos with the side project of really cheap ones on Vimeo until I figure this out, because I really, really, really enjoy talking to you all and getting to know you all, and it's so much fun because I feel the energies of each of your signs. All right, and this is for anyone who identifies with Pisces. I mean, you don't even have to be primarily Pisces. I mean, even if you don't have Venus or the moon or whatever, what if you have like 4, rinky-dink planet? Well, none of them are rinky-dink, but let's say further out planets that are, if you identify with Pisces, that's a good enough reason to be here. If you're a cross watcher, I am working on seeing if I can make a set of videos on Vimeo just for the cross watchers. Okay. Your overall energy, I love it. I definitely see we're going to have a reading for your person, though, because the last two, there was only 2 signs that I just didn't see it. But I see, if we got an Empress energy as an overall, I'm thinking you definitely have a person. Okay. Sorry, I have a hair that... Page of Cups upside down. This particular person... has been showing up in all my readings. Got something fishy. And I'm going to tell you, I don't see... Sometimes I look at a card that I've read a certain way so many times in a row because it keeps meaning the same thing in the context of the reading. And sometimes I look at a card and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, it doesn't mean that this time. But lo and behold, this one means the same thing as it's meant over and over again, the last few readings that he's popped up in. You are not feeling like you have anything but something fishy to offer right now in terms of relationships. So that's not something you feel even comfortable about giving. So that's not happening. What you do wish that you had more of as well was more of a communication style. You want to start being more communicative, but you're just not, here you have this sense of lack. This is more of a sense of wanting to rise to a higher level, but you're not quite there yet. This right here is you are looking to the universe, and this is right side up. Um, and this is a 2, so I kind of like that. There's definitely like a relationship number. You're trying to figure some things out. I think that, it's so funny because last time I read for you, Pisces, I saw like not just a youthful energy, but I feel like a lot of you are younger. Not that there isn't other people more like my age and whatnot in the collective, but I feel like this is like somebody who is been in college, or perhaps in college right now, or going to college. I mean, this is the age group that I feel like I'm talking to right now. So it might be more for you, but I'll try to keep in mind for all my Pisces to consider possible multiple readings within the same set of cards. Right now, you're trying to figure out the world. And it is kind of confusing because there's the world that you thought you knew, and there's the one that you're dealing with right now ever since the coronavirus hit. It's not an enviable position to be in, but especially as a Pisces, I know, you think on such from a place of not. It's not the opposite of selfish, but selfless in the sense of something other than something bigger than yourself, kind of. That's the Pisces mind. When I think of a Pisces, that's how I see. Sort of like you go around halfway around the astrological wheel, and you get to Libra, and Libra is more consciously aware of other, whereas up to that point it wasn't so much about other, the partner or the other. When you make it all the way over to Pisces, you are really on a whole nother level. But Pisces and Libras really do get along really well, and I think it's because they understand that there's this other way of looking at life, and they both know that it's something that a lot of people don't really understand, and even though they're different, because it's a unique position, vantage point, they kind of understand each other. I've always understood Pisces that way. You know what, you want, as much as you'd like to be fair, and here's your resources. Life has not been fair to you right now, and I get it. Hey, if your generation is dealing with all this nonsense, it is not fair, and you're not running around bestowing gifts because you weren't given a lot, and that is really unfortunate. I hope that the world, in terms of the spiritual side of things, makes up for some of the lack, because I think we're a lot more evolved today, and there might be some blessings involved in that. But I'm not here to say, I'm not going to tell you that you should feel that way, or that it's even the way anyone should feel. It's something I've considered. Sort of like, I always worry like maybe if I got like super, super sick or something, that maybe it would be a spiritual journey. I don't know, because it hasn't happened to me. But I try to imagine any scenario and bringing some higher level to it, right? This is an interesting energy. This suggests that you don't really need a partner right now. I think that you're kind of fine on your own, and you actually know how to take care of yourself. You don't really need anyone. And look, you don't really have anything that you want to offer. You don't know really how to do that. You're kind of looking at the universe for what the heck's going on. You're confused about a lot. You don't have a lot to give, but you are okay on your own. Okay. You want the world, but the world is a really confusing place, obviously, right now. Oh, and I'm so sorry. The star is upside down. It looks like the Empress is the only thing that's right side up, but the Empress is the overall energy, and I kind of like it. You got a lot of strong feminine energies here. That's very interesting. But the Empress kind of encompasses them all, and she's so fertile, and I'm not just saying that you're gonna have a baby, but you could be, but I don't know. I kind of get that you're single here, but not to say that you couldn't be single and have a baby. But that would only be for some of you, even if it were the case. I think a lot of us come to. If you're finding me, it's probably has more to do with trying to understand yourself and your connection to life and your person. So you feel strongly about wanting. Oh, you also have the Hangman too, and that's in the upright. Okay. You feel really strongly about the things that you want to accomplish in this life. Even in this dark situation, you're looking at the lights that shine in the sky for illumination and for inspiration. And you feel like it's just, it's so hard to see it that way right now. But it is in you to see it that way, okay? Don't lose faith. The Hangman, I would say you're kind of in a stuck energy, but I don't see that right now. I don't see you being stuck. As a matter of fact, you're right between two cards that really suggest you're not stuck. What I think is that perhaps maybe my examples of how adversities can make you a more spiritual person, blah blah blah, but in some way that only you know, you're seeing things from a different perspective. And you're actually very wise in that sense, where you're not wallowing in the things that aren't fair. This is maybe this is a good sign of a younger generation, that they're going to quit looking at traditionally the things that everyone's been looking at, been taught to believe is what you need to do to find happiness. And you look at that, there's illumination. So maybe it is spiritual. Maybe there was something to me bringing that up earlier, and you're resonating with that. Because what you really want, but you don't have it, is abundance. And abundance isn't just, money in the bank, because Lord knows, unless you're talking about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, I don't see, much to count on right now, the way the world is. So, but you want to reconsider how life can be, because the way you thought it was has just, the rug's been pulled out. You are an Empress energy, and you have so much that you want to give. And I think that even though I thought for a minute that your person was going to come into this situation, I am not seeing it. The last 3 signs in a row that I did readings for, I'm not seeing a person. I just want to make sure. You're not really in the mood to give something like that. You want to start with a strong communication. You're looking inward. The world's been unfair. You're good on your own. You want it all, but it's not really possible. You're trying to focus on your dreams, but it's been really hard. You having to look at things in a new way. And yeah, there's no person here. Let's go ahead and ask the spirit guides if there's something about your person that we should be looking at, or is your summer really about getting this new perspective and working on getting your footing in terms of what you can dream about and being on your own? Oh, okay, there's 2. Oh man, and you know what? These look like they might not have been. No, that's a coincidence, because they're all shuffled. Okay. But it is 8 and 9. You know what? As much as this kind of makes sense, I have a strong feeling that even though I shuffled the daylights out of these, have been stuck together for a long time. So hopefully that wasn't the right card for you. But I went through and I actually, because these were so stuck together, I actually pulled them apart one by one, but and separate. And actually, it's the only deck that I had to do that with. But I actually, yeah, did them one by one, trying to, you know, it's okay. I know I already shuffled it. That was a fluke. I probably, when I picked it up one by one, I didn't notice that I had two that were so stuck together that they just never, all right, this one didn't fall, so there it is. Oh, it came back, so there you go. You just can't make this stuff up. All right. That's too funny. This happens all the time. I'm like, well, if this car is meant to be, it'll come back. 9 times out of 10 it does. Okay. Helpless and hopeless. Yeah, I know. I get it. This is not the world that you had hoped for when you set upon your path in life. And the thing is that you are capable. You are. You're going to see things in a new way, and that's why the Empress energy is your overall. You know what? I am going to say that even though there's no person in it, I'm feeling like there's something about, like, maybe down the road. Maybe it's not this summer, but I feel like having a person is important to you. But then I thought, well, maybe I should go ahead and do a reading. But there is really no person to do a reading on for summer right now, but maybe just get a little idea of what's coming down the pike. Wow. So whatever you're thinking right now, down the line, there is going to be a connection that really is that lasting connection for you. But again, this is not for your summer reading. So this is just something to keep in mind while you're going through this, that some of the dreams that you had before the world changed still can come true. Okay? Much love. You have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope that the next angle I take on reading will get you back to your person, okay? And that's it.